Hello. All right. First, I gotta say, man, my AC here is really bad at actually mixing up the air because I've been mostly sitting at my workstation this morning, and I walk over to here, and it is just reeking of PLA smell in this corner. Anyway, today we are 100% going to sysgen a floppy. I already know because I cheated, but I didn't actually do it. But I'm going to walk you through some of the interesting things here. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Pipewire, you're awful. All right. So we only got 2 hours. Let's just get right into it. Let me hit this, and I know why that's black. Don't worry, it's fine. It's not a problem. Let me just rotate that so I can see it and hit boop that button. Okay, so we have. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. RHK, thank you for the 100 bits there. Pipewire. One of these days, Linux audio won't be a joke. Today is not that day. If that fails, I'm restarting the audio interface. Oh, you know what would be smart, too, is if I actually, like, clipped my microphone onto my shirt rather than just having it hanging down underneath. Okay. Okay. Momentarily wonder why a user called Pipewire.
CHER 100 next, a script of big Pipewire called Pipe Cleaner. End of line.
You know, I think that might actually be a thing.
The developer says CHER 100 maybe TikTok just wanted to
No.
speak in Morse code. End of line.
But Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits, and Sleepy Developer, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay. So there are some things to go over. Not this, not that. We don't need either of those. I'm just gonna minimize that for now. Okay. I guess I should turn on the computer. That would probably be helpful. Turn that on. And turn that on. Okay. Ugh. There's nothing revelatory here that I need to go over. Oh, I will say I'm using an experimental method of streaming today. So if there are issues, let me know. Okay. It's another 12 kilohertz day. You know, it doesn't have to be, actually. Now that you say that, it does not have to be. And it would be real cool if it wasn't. Where'd I put the foam tunnel? Here it is. And then there's one more piece that I can use to cut reflections. Where's that at? I think it fell on the floor somewhere. And then I moved it and I was dumb. You know, that at least helps a lot. Okay, there we go. So all I did was put a piece of foam over the fan output and then a blanket on top of that. So, since Helen Cruft guessed it, I'll just fess up. Yes, I was able to port my Skype number to Google Fi, so I now have 2 service lines. The Samsung S24 phone that I really shouldn't tug too hard on here supports a physical SIM and an eSIM, and I have both services going through my phone. Now, it turns out I can't get a data SIM for the second plan because I signed up on some kind of bargain deal thing, and I don't know, it's weird. It's unlimited data again, but this time it's only 30 gigs, and 5 gigs tether limit, which is really weird. Anyway, so I think I am USB tethering right now. And at the very end of the stream, what we're going to do is I'm just going to unplug the phone and we're going to see what happens. So, yeah, boo tether limits, yeah. Yeah, they were illegal here for a little while at least. Anyway, Microsoft shutting down Skype next month. Yes, so porting my number out was a really good thing. It was concerningly easy. All I needed was the phone number and my zip code. That's it. I didn't do anything on the Skype account. I didn't even sign into the Skype account. Technically, I should probably sign in and try and get a refund for the month they charged me for that I'm not going to be using now. But yeah, literally nothing was needed. Yeah, super secure, yeah. Also, carriers have more human rights than actual humans. I'll bring up one of my favorite cases here. Let's see if I can find this. Verizon, FCC, data tethering. Here we go. In 2012, Verizon was sued because you can't pay extra for Wi-Fi tethering. 2012, so over a decade ago. Now, I don't know if the rules for this were overturned or not, because this was part of the net neutrality era. And I feel like all of the, civil rights are gone, but whatever. So I don't know if this is still true or not. But yeah, this was actually extra fun because I was a Verizon customer at this point, and I saw the $20 a month that they were charging for tethering, and I said, no, thank you. And I rooted my phone and found a non-OS internet tethering app that allowed me to tether my data. It was that was fun. Anyway, cisgen and all that fun stuff. So, saw your email yet? Yes, I did see that right before the stream. I'm super duper excited. That is gonna be awesome. You have no idea. Like, let me here. Actually, I'll give you an idea. Let's look at this. Novas are forever. Let me just show you, Seshi, how big of a difference that is gonna make for me. So Nova and Eclipse. Okay. So this is Wild Hair Computer Systems preservation site. Novas are forever. All right. So there are 2 basic file formats here. There is, actually, I don't know what DP is. That's strange, but AB. So AB stands for absolute binary. I don't know what SR is either. Absolute binary files are paper tape files. And let's just look. How many times does that show up? 100. Okay, let's look for .ab just to make sure we don't. 156 times. So there are 156 paper tape listings on here. Highlight all. Yeah, look at all of those, okay? That's nuts. That's how much software that unlocks the ability to use, all right? So all of that. Now, some of it's not relevant to the, the machines I have, but still massively more. So yeah, that's incredible. Now that might also include the SR, and there's only 4 in the DP, whatever that is. There's 20 of those. Then I thought I saw something else. It was like DB, SR, no, but yeah, so tons of paper tape options. So yeah, that will be massively helpful. There's sysgen, although that's for the, not this machine, but again, yeah, pretty good chunk of software, yeah. So that unlocks a lot of doors. And I might be able to pipe those in over serial using my program, but if there's anything that I want to run continuously and standalone, for sure, being able to do it through actual paper tape is going to be massive. So it's going to be huge. It's a big boon. So alrighty, here let's just boot. Let's just button. All right, let's do this. So this is properly aligned. Okay, so this is answer no stream tomorrow. I got stuff I want to do, and it conflicts with the time. Sorry, there's not much else to it. So good news, I'll probably spend the time editing, so still gonna be working. Yep. But there's other stuff, and hopefully I'm not gone, something saying you just want tape chat all over the carpet. Yeah, I'm already kind of thinking about how that's gonna work out. That'll be some good content. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I will definitely make a video about that. So anyway, yeah, I'll be playing with a calculator too, hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully this evening, but probably will still be playing with it. Do I have any blank paper tape coming with the drive? Yes. You have anything productive to do tomorrow? Yes, I do. I have 2 more videos I need to edit still, and we're working on what will be the 3rd one right now. Anyway, look at it. It's a computer. If I press 33L, it's going to boot off of a floppy drive. Yay, floppy drive. Okay. File name, mboot, sys. All right. I'm going to show you some interesting things. All right. Partitioning use. Yeah, whatever. New to this channel, what sort of stuff do you do? Well, if you look right here, you can kind of get an idea. So this is a floppy drive. This is a dual 8-inch floppy drive, actually. So if you've ever seen like traditional standard PC floppy disks, I thought I had a 3.5, and I don't. Anyway, this is an 8-inch floppy disk. This thing is massive. It's way bigger than what most people have interacted with. This is a dual drive that goes to a data general mini computer. So the mini computer itself I actually have under the table right now because it's working and I don't need to mess with it too much. And we're currently working on building an operating system out of the starter materials that you would have got with the system originally. Now, unfortunately, I don't have original disks for this thing. I only have one and it's worthless. So we're trying to use some online backups that have been made to try and build an operating system for this machine. And today is the first day I think I actually have all of the T's crossed and the I's dotted to be able to do this. So what we're going to be doing...
77 says, I wish I had an 8-inch floppy. End of line.
I wish I had an 8-inch floppy. Lucky Bob, thank you for the Prime sub and for 5 months. But yeah, so sysgen is something like build root. I don't know what build root is. I've never built a Linux kernel because that just sounds like it's for nerds. It's, I don't know. More like yeah, an OS installer kind of. You use it to configure your options. So but yeah, we're working on a computer from 1978 there. And Mike, I'm black paper tape. Okay. I don't know what the reader is like on this thing. I think it works with standard white paper tape. So I don't think I should be using the black stuff for this if I can get away with it. So, but I'll find out more once I actually have it. So anyway, this is the machine. So I can also do a click over here and just bring this up here. So, all right. This is video capture from the terminal.
500 random bits. End of line.
Angry, thank you for the 500 bits there. So yeah, okay. Did I buy a paper tape reader? Seshi is donating one really awesomely. I'm extremely excited about it. It is, I never actually asked. It's RS-232, right? I don't think I wasn't able to find that information the one time I looked. I assumed because you're interfacing it with a Windows computer, it was probably RS-232. But yeah, it's not a Data General specific one, which is fine because you should be able to use paper tape over like an ASR-33 to have the thing built into the left side of the keyboard. But yeah, there is a paper tape punch and reader on the way. That's the thing. They are two separate devices, but they're commonly combined into one. Anyway, disk, floppy. Okay. So where we left off last time we were working on this is we made a disk and we tried to run sysgen on it, and sysgen would complain that there wasn't enough space on the disk. I forget exactly what all we put on there. RS-232 made a basic USB adapter. Okay, used basic USB adapter. Okay, beautiful. That is perfect. Okay, what's really funny is I'm going to have a paper tape reader on my matrix switch now, too. That's another really good reason to have that thing. Man, that was a really great investment. Yeah, if you missed that, Seshi, so I have this thing, which is a multi-serial device. I'll fix the video capture in a second. I'll just hide it for now. A multiple serial device input. So this is actually going to the terminal. This one goes to the computer. This one goes to something else. This one goes to my modern Linux computer. And I can use a serial console to reroute those things all to each other. So I have the terminal routed to the computer at the moment, but I can swap things around. So I will have the paper tape reader on there as well, and then I'll just be able to log into a terminal and be able to route it to the machine. So it's really awesome. I can point this out too. I can just hit Control X right here. This is the console for the serial terminal. This isn't actually the Data General stuff at all. We could just manage it from the dasher even. But what I'm going to go ahead and do here is reconnect 7 to... I think I flipped these, so I think I need to connect 7 to 4. I just hit 7 to 7. That's not going to work. Connect 7, 4. Okay, it doesn't like me now. There we go. Okay, so connect 7, 4, go, list. Maybe I don't want that. Hold on. Now I made it mad. Connect 7, 3. Maybe I did put them back together correctly. There we go. Okay. End of stream cries coming up. Forget the printer. Now it's paper tape. Oh my gosh. Are you going to figure out how to use it to emulate the output of the paper tape reader as far as Micronova is concerned? We might be able to do that. Yes.
Tier 1 and says connect 4 lights. End of line.
Schmide, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 27 months. I appreciate that. Paper tape over Zigbee, yes. Real some curse invention coming up. Paper tape over LAN or something. Maybe. Let's see. All right. So this is the current disk that I have in here. I'm going to go ahead and run the disk command, which is going to show you how much free space we have. So we have 31 bytes left, or blocks or sectors or whatever, okay? Now, I had this up to 35 earlier. I think we need to delete sys00.rb is what's taking up space and maybe COM. So I'm going to delete, I almost spelled that correctly, sys123.rb. Let's see if that works. One of these days I'll remember its sectors, but I just want to pretend it's a PlayStation memory card. 33. You know what? That might be enough. Okay. If it's not, I can still fix this very easily. Okay. So, out of curiosity, dir dp2. That won't exist. I got SimH mixed up. But yeah, dir dp1. I'm glad it knows it doesn't exist, so it's not yelling at me for it. Okay, list. We have nothing. It's blank. Empty. Right? No, there is a file. Okay, so I need to delete that. Delete. I can spell sys sg dot. That's a weird file name. Okay. Now it's empty. Okay, dir dp0. Okay. Let's see, paper tape for IRDA. So instead of GoTech, we need PS2 memory card, one for the DG. That would be awesome. Yeah, I don't think a GoTech is ever going to work. I haven't said this. So let's say I made a passive adapter that worked with the BR803E drives that are in here. The only way the GoTech could emulate the modified, I shouldn't say that, the weird FM encoding of these disks is by using an HFE file. And we tried that, and it was not very good with writing. And we would be reading and writing constantly with how these drives work. So I don't think it would be possible to use a GoTech on this thing, no matter what. So if you connect to RX232, connect to a DEX drive? I don't know what that is. I'm going to guess a VAX thing for emulating hardware. I don't know, but I'm really excited about actual paper tape. Okay. You guys ready for this? Okay. Sysgen. No, wait, we have to run a weird command. That's right. So in order to do sysgen, we need a bajillion different parameters on this thing. Here we go. So sysgen space dp1 colon sys and then dot and then sv slash s space sg slash v space lm slash l close. Actually, it's less than there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that looks correct. All right. Here we go. Oh, it's a PS... I didn't know there was a serial PS1 card reader writer. That's kind of awesome. I kind of really want that now. That's just serial raw binary data. That's actually kind of cool. When this works, I'll explain what is different. Wrote Linux utility 4 years ago. That's awesome. Okay, I'm kind of curious to check something on the phone. The amount of data I've used has not changed. Okay, I'm not sure if we're using real data or sponge Wi-Fi. USB PS3 memory card adapter. Ooh, that's cool too. Booyah! Sysgen! What's up? There we go. So we Conrad Discord. Yes, so let me cover some things here now, okay? So that's Sysgen working. Boom. That is exactly what we wanted to see. Now let me show you how I actually did this. So, first thing, I went through the manual again to figure out what files we actually needed. And I did not add the ALM files. And then I also didn't screw up and accidentally add the other files to the disk to begin with. So I don't remember how many bytes we had free yesterday. And by yesterday, I mean last Sunday. But this time I did not copy any unnecessary stuff, and we don't have the line multiplexer, so I did not add that. Multiple things happened there, Taters Games, but thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 37 months. I appreciate that. I'm gonna just restart the actual hardware. Okay, so I didn't kill the commands this time either. Oh yeah, it turns out we don't have those files, so I didn't even try those. It was just a hiccupy noise. Okay. Yeah, it was, that didn't work out that well, unfortunately. But thank you for the sub. I really appreciate that. Nask, nice. I'm sure Flash Lobby can score these stars easily. So far, no one that I've gotten in contact with has been able to add support for anything. Not saying it's impossible. It's just, I think people got stuff they're working on already. It would have been short. All right. Yeah, I see they're all like 10 thing tones. Anyway, so I didn't copy these files, and I think I gave us enough room for sysgen. The only thing I did this morning was get as far as we currently are now. So I have not been past the point where we are now. So everything that happens from here is new. The only thing is that right before I ran sysgen like this for the first time, I imaged the disk. So I have flux data of what a sysgen runnable disk looks like. So we can recreate this disk exactly as it is whenever we want. So we can try multiple sysgens and see how this goes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to follow through the guide exactly as it says here. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to tell it we don't have a second serial card first, just so that I know the machine actually will work correctly. And then we'll try making one that works with the serial card after, because Ben has some directions here. This is the comment on Discord. Yeah. About what you did. Hold on. You had another additional comment? I don't know what the additional comment would be, Ben, but Ben has a suspicion that we answer yes to the second TTY, but then we don't answer yes to the second TTY. We answer yes to the QTY, and then we'll tell it we have 1 for the async multiplexer, and then that'll set it up as a secondary port that we can work. I don't know. But first thing we're going to do, we're going to just do it as a single serial interface card machine first, all right? Okay, so this means we're going through sysgen. Went back to look at the VOD. For successful sysgen, you typoed the memory amount as 23 instead of 32, as well as disabling second console. Could be either of those. Oh. Well, that was in SimH, though, right? We have never once been able to run sysgen on real hardware. Ever. So this is uncharted territory. It may also take a really long time, so I should probably actually get cracking here. Okay, so just to let you know, I don't have an easy way of showing both at once here. I'm going to have this PDF up over here. This is the How to Generate Your DOS System thing from 1978, I guess. We have read through this on stream before, so you're not missing too much. But I need to have this up over here so you can actually see what I am answering to. So I'm also going to read the text out from the PDF as I go along here. So, first question, running in SimH, yeah. First image actually booted on the real hardware. Oh, okay. Man, 23, that's, all right. Why do I keep getting notifications? There's one notification I want from USPS, and that's it. That wasn't it. Okay. All right. Question number 1, core storage in thousands of words. We are 32. Okay, that is correct. Go. Is the system for a micronova? The answer is yes. All right, processor type. Now, I think the PDF doesn't ask this. Skips the next 3 questions. We'll look at this. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna show you this. We have a slight mismatch between the DOS version that we're actually running and the manual. So it asks, is the system for a Micronova? And then if you answer 1 and specify 32K image, the system to know the following. So the next question should be handheld console or not. Now, because this is a newer version, it's asking about the MP100 and MP200 systems. Now, the end phase, yeah, later Micronovas, yeah. So the end phase of the Nova line before Eclipse took over, Data General was kind of doing packaged bundle deals for things. So you'll find MP100, MP200, CS10, and other things like that. The acronyms here, the letterings stand for something. I'm not 100% sure what MP stands for. It might be microprocessor, I don't know. CS stood for consumer systems, if I remember correctly. But these particular ones also had different revisions of the CPU card for the Micronova. So we don't have either of those. So I need to answer 2 on this. All right. I do have the console debug option present, so we're now back in line with this. So I do have console debug. All right. Use standard handheld console functions. Okay. If you have the handheld console, answer 1. Okay, if you lack the handheld console, answer 0. Okay. Okay. Number of 6038 disk enclosures. There's weird shadow line of pixels in the right of the command line, mirroring the bottom. Yeah, it's a capture artifact. I can fix that here. One moment. VGA scaler. I'm just going to make the, reduce the capture lines by 1. 2. There we go, I guess. Now I should vertical size. Just reduce that a little bit. Make it easier to read. There you go. Handheld console sounds amazing. So it's basically a keypad that plugs into the front of the machine that gives you registry access. This is the better option. Trust me. All right. Tell you have paper tape stuff already in prep for them coming? No, because I'm going to end up running this a bunch of times to test different configurations. We're going with this should work as just a floppy drive machine right now with 1 serial port. That's my goal for this disk. Think that might have made it worse? How did it make it worse? It's not mirroring the thing anymore. Probably not a good idea to tell you how. Yeah, that too. I think we know if I set the hard drive as existing, then it won't boot. Okay. Number of 6038 enclosures, 1, because it's a 6039. Okay. Number of drives for enclosure is 2. Yeah, how many times has limited run games sold Doom? Like, it's getting kind of ridiculous now. Okay, we're at a real question. Soft error reporting. Now, I remember this does show up later, so I'm scrolling ahead here. Soft error reporting pertains to diskettes only. Thus, you should consider answering 1 only if you plan to run diskettes on your system. If you select this feature, DOS will monitor soft errors on each diskette. Note all errors in an error table on diskette and report error to the console. DOS requires an extra stack to record and report errors. If you omit this feature, DOS will ignore all soft errors on diskettes. If the new system will run diskettes, we recommend that you answer 1, unless your memory requirements are very critical. Ours are not. We're single user with max RAM. We're golden. I'm going to go ahead and answer yes to this. 1. Definitely want to try booting whatever this generates because I'm curious about whether the 32K is worth second async card or crashing the boot. 32 kilowords is interesting. Additionally, I really want to see the increase of buffers and stacks to see if it just bonk, 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 bonk right back all like for the awful nonsense of stuff. So, talking about, is there like one more mirrored line? Hold on. I have no idea what that is. Why? Why is that happening? I don't think we've ever seen that before. Vertical shift minus plus. That's so weird. Maybe if I do that and then, nope. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. Well, it didn't like that. All right. Yeah, we're just going to ignore that. Okay, number of 6095 disk controllers. We are answering 0. There is one in a rack over there, but we are setting up a floppy-only system. Even if it was working right now, I want it to be floppy-only. All right, number of any of that funky stuff. I think a 6105 would be the equivalent of the 25 meg disk for this machine. We don't have that. The 6096, I believe, is a double-sided version of the floppy drive that also works with the same controller that the 6103 that's basically over there using. Number of any of that stuff. Why did it ask 6096 twice? That's weird. 0. The capture didn't just flicker, did it? Number of stacks. Okay, let's read about stacks. DOS uses a stack to handle disk access and system calls. The number you specify determines how many devices, system tasks, and operations DOS can run concurrently. Each system call issued by a user, Each system call issued by a user program requires a stack. A task call does not. If you plan to write multitask programs, have each task issue system calls to each task will need a stack of things to run concurrently. If stack issues a system call, no stack is free. Task must wait until one is free. Okay. Hold on. I got a notification. Oh my gosh. One moment. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know I could do that. Okay. It did blink. Okay, good to know. Fun. All right. Okay. Now the soft error reporting needed a stack as well, right? Soft error reporting pertains to diskettes only. I think I just saw it blink again. That's fun. I love how that's happening. DOS requires one extra stack to record and report on errors. Okay, it keeps happening. Delightful. Why? Okay, why did that stop working? Control. Yeah, we're really close, 0. We're really, really close. Now I'm just having some issues with the video capture. I'm gonna increase the size of it a bit. Okay, so it doesn't like that, but it does like that. Okay, we'll leave it there and see what that's like. Okay. All right, one stack is the 1 stack is a minimum. Oh my gosh. Actually, I don't think it was blinking. See, I see it blink here, but I can also see it blink in the remote to the server over here. And I think there's a big delay. Anyway, 1 stack is a minimum. 2 stacks if you specified soft, error recording, and basic diskettes. Extended basic requires another stack. Multi-user basic requires 2 additional stacks. For multitask operations, we recommend 2 stacks, 3 with soft error reporting. For single task applications, 1 stack with 2 diskettes. DOS automatically allots 2 extra system buffers. I think we're going to go 3. We're going to go 3. So 3. You know what? Auto image. Okay. Blah! There it is. Okay. Nope, doesn't like that. Okay. Now, why can't I adjust the front porch and the back porch? Oh, because Zoom is screwed up because this thing's stupid. Okay, there we go. What's with the black stuff? That's very annoying. Okay. Horizontal, shift. Okay, I'm just going to do this way. Okay. I'm going to try and get rid of the green lines. See what that looks like. Okay, that's a little far. Close enough. Okay, we'll see if that blinks. Okay. 3 stacks. Sysgen apparently takes 15 minutes, by the way, so us having to fight all this stuff, it's not making this better. Okay. Number of extra buffers required. Okay, hold on. Number of extra buffers required. DOS allots a minimum of 6 buffers or 2 buffers per stack, whichever is greater. Okay. Extra buffers speed up the system by allowing disk data to remain in memory instead of being swapped out to disk. Each extra buffer takes an additional 270 words and reduces the amount of total memory available to your programs by that much. Block operations, records read from or to and disks of multiple 256 words do not require multiple buffers or do not require buffers. If you're unsure of how many extra buffers to specify, for DOS, disk-based DOS system with for a diskette-based DOS system with 32K, they recommend 6 additional extra buffers. So we're giving it that with a 32K. Boom. All right. Maximum number of subdirectories accessible at one time. Okay, hold on. I know it's...
3D subbed as tier 1 and says sub 1 month. Go to 30. End of line.
Frostbite, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 30 months. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. So that's a dozen total, Ben, that we have now with the other 6. Okay. Let's see. Maximum number of subdirectories accessible at one time. Each diskette or drive is a directory. You can also create and use smaller directories within each. For this question, each smaller directory is called subdirectory. You can address each subdirectory through the CLI or your programs if for self-contained disks. The utility programs, assemblers, editors, etc. do not need subdirectories. DOS will not allow more than the number of subdirectories you specify here to be initialized at any moment. We can always release one subdirectory to initialize another. Depending on the number of categories you'll need for your disks and files, good general answers range between 6 and 16. Okay. 6 and 16. We only have 2 drives. I say we do 10, and I feel like we're never going to hit that. We're going to do 10. Okay. All right. Mag tape. No. Auto restart on power failure. No. RTC. Okay, let me read this. I'm pretty sure we don't have this. Most micronovas have an internal real-time clock, although it may actually know that we have that. So maybe we leave this. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show this. So this might have an RTC. I wish I knew what mboot sys was set to for this. So actually, I'm going to bring this up really quick. So RTC, primary, secondary, or internal. Most micronovas have an internal real-time clock. An external clock is available as an option if you ordered an external RTC with your system type 0, otherwise type 2. Okay, we're going to type 2. So I'm just going to go do that here. Wait, RTC. Our only options are 1 and 0, according to it. I'm going to say yes. Okay, primary, secondary, or internal is now a question. Okay, I'm going to answer internal. So it just went, slightly differently here. All right, so we're doing that. I'm doing 2. And now it's going to ask us, no, it didn't ask us about the frequency. Oh, that's super weird. Okay. Huh. Frequency is only for external. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I think it's going to be wrong. Okay, anyway, paper tape reader, I am saying no for right now. Again, this is the diskette-only system. No. We're not going to have a punch. It'd be funny if you had a punch and no reader. Okay, number of LPT. I don't have an LPT card, so we're going to enter 0. Card reader, I don't even know what that is. Card reader for micronova systems, type 0. For Nova systems, you may want to... Oh, wait, that's like... that. Yeah, okay. No, that's the giant... Yeah, no. Plotter. 0. Okay. QTY, okay. Answer 0 for an ALM multiplexer or no multiplexer sysgen. For micronova systems, answer 1 if you want to configure 1 or more type asynchronous interface boards as a multiplexer. Okay, so we don't want to do this. Oh, you missed what I was answering. So this is what I have been answering. I want to make sure I get this recorded because I might need to reference this later. Okay, QTY, answer 0 for an ALM multiplexer or no multiplexer sysgen. For micronova systems, answer 1 if you want to configure 1 or more type 4270. Okay, hold on to the wiki. Can you create an answer file? It may be doing that. It does actually do that. I vote 0 this time, no second async at all. Yes, that's the plan. But I just want to see if we can see what kind of async card this supposedly is here. Async, data general, 76. I think it would be on the card edge, and there's a stupid sticker over here instead. So let's look at the other async card. Okay, there's nothing there. Wait a minute, is that the number down here? 0764808. Interesting. Is that what this one was too? 107064806. Okay. I'm going to answer no. I'm looking at this. So my card does not appear to match what it is asking according to this. So for micronova system, answer 1 if you want to configure 1 or more Type 4270 asynchronous interface boards. So I don't think we have this, and we don't want to configure it as a multiplexer. So we're going to answer 0. Can only find docks on one type of async card for the Micronova at all. Okay. I mean, that's not saying a whole lot, because we can only find docks on like one place. So, 0. Okay, ULM. Let's see if this tells us what a ULM is. Blah, 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 blah. There's ALM. There is nothing in here that describes what a ULM is, I think. So we're going to answer no. ALM, no. Column size for TTO, yeah, so 80. Leave that. Second TTY, we are saying no. It does technically exist, but we are saying no. Core dump facility, I think I'm going to answer no. Let me think about this. Core dump facility. If the system comes down unexpectedly, the core dump program can copy memory to diskette. Oh, we so don't want that. No. I don't want to write it to, yeah. Debug and micro general microproducts interface cards, which has all async cards, including this one. Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. Okay, I need to look at that at some point. I'm going to say no. I don't want to dump the entirety of RAM to a floppy if it crashes. Okay, that might be the last question. I think it is. Okay, so it now does its thing. 12:52 is when I started this, okay? 12:52. I am starting a timer stopwatch going now. We'll see how long this takes. Photograph the page of this card, share them with you. Oh, awesome, thank you. It's done. File space exhausted? What? Time. Says any percent. It doesn't say actually made, system bootable percent. What? I don't remember what the command is for what the current drive is. Is it path? I think it might be path. It might just be dir too. I'm going to try path. Okay, I'm going to try dir and it's going to yell at me not enough parameters. Path. You have to sysgen onto a blank disk? I thought I was. GDIR. You know what? I think you're correct there, Lamo. Pretty sure you're right. DP0. Man, why? dir DP1. sys.sg. So it put the answers there. That's what that is. List. No, not list. I wanted disk. Sorry. Let's make sure there's nothing else weird on there, hidden or anything. Yeah. It's not type, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So it did actually save that. Sort of. Yeah, it saved it. So we can see there's the 2 for the internal clock and stuff. Yeah, so... Yeah, so Season B, that's the thing. It was supposed to save the sys file on this disk. So I'm sure if we do dir dp0 and then a list on it, we'll see that there will be a sys000.sv file, and that's what took up all the space. But why? Why did it get put on there? Did I do something wrong? Yep, there it is. sys00.rb, and then sysgen cm. So actually, the sysgen cm might be kind of interesting. Type sysgen cm. So why did sys000 not get put onto there? Happens if you run it while DP1 is selected disks. Hold on. Let's consult the manual. Okay. For diskette-based system, you must tell sysgen to place the system files on DP1 because DP0 doesn't have room for the new system and system generation files. We type this, instruct put them on DP1. For either system, your command instructs sysgen to generate new system file under file name sys.sv with an overlay file under sysol, sysgen. Yeah, it doesn't tell us to move to the other one. Hold on. If the DOS starter system is running, skip the next session. Okay, when boot asks file name, answer and boot sys, nova, then type in date and time. It's not telling us to go to the other disk, but maybe we should? Have to build a command manual to drive designations. I'm tempted. I'm tempted. So, to give an understanding of how this works, the system works, if I do type com.cm, I think we will see type.sysgen, no, path, there we go, path R, okay. So that was the last command I tried to execute that didn't exist. The way that the data general DOS works is it saves commands to a file and then runs them. So your syntax should have been fine. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. But the DOS saves commands to files and then executes those kind of like batch files. That's how it tends to work. So we had the sysgen.cm there, which was the command for generating the system. Now, it might actually just be possible to rerun that and then have it work, and it might even be possible to just put the... Man, how do we run CM files? Hold on. Introduction, programming, technical reference, RDOS command line interpreter, or oh man, I have two DOS manuals now. So I have the learning to use your DOS RDOS system manual, but I now also have the command line manual. I don't remember which one of these CM files. I think this one's kind of just a list of commands, so this may not be super helpful, but let me look at this. Basic command line, okay, CLI builds a file called com.cm or fcom.cm in the foreground, containing the edited command line and loads and saves that file for execution. Any additional file parameters besides the program name or uses arguments, example PTR. CLI builds the file containing the command line, calls the operating system to load the file. How can I run that, though? Basic command line, stacking command line commands. But how can I run that? What do you mean, boo? Oh, Majenko raided. Oh, hello, Majenko and Raiders. I'm reading a physical piece of paper right now. It's made out of dead tree slices. It's crazy.
Pt 1443 subbed as prime and says end of line. End of line.
Cart 1443, thank you for the tier 1, or the prime sub there, and for 33 months. I appreciate that. Can't see any reason. Try building the system on DP0, assuming you use sysgen, DP1 sys. I've tried. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I did. My only thought is that it searches both drives. MC is a batch file. MC, okay, let me look for that. Okay, hold on. MC. Terms we want to program via MCA line. Interesting. This manual doesn't cover that, but this manual also doesn't cover fdump and fload, so this manual's not amazing. All right, I yield. 0. Well, building. Was DP1 mounted? Yes. We went and listed. We even deleted a file off of it. All right, here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to delete the sys0.rb file. Nah, screw it. I'm going to rewrite this disk to just reset everything. And then we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to run this command, but we're going to run it from DP1 and just hope that it finds sysgen on the other disk, but then writes all the cache files to the second drive. So this is what we want to write. Write, track, boom, no such file. That's fair, because I did misspell it that one time. Go! Ciao! Okay. Not enough index marks for a hard sector. What? Oh, I turned off the drive? I did turn off the drive. Okay, I was really concerned that the motor just died. That was scary. And Sleepy Developer, that's awesome. I'll still highly recommend 86box as a free way to mess around with this stuff. .86bot boot RDOS now. No, but SimH does. We have to wait for RDOS 86 for that. Sure, Data General will get around to porting that any day now. Also, for those of you who care about being pedantic in things or just answering questions when people have genuine questions. There is now a command, ! DOS, that will point you to a page on my wiki that talks about how this is not MS-DOS. But it's more specifically just trying to educate that there are different kinds of DOSes. So I know that box 86 and 86 box are both things that exist and are very different and useful. Yeah. Alrighty, I think we can just list here now. Alright. I think technically we don't even have to reboot. So on base, find that 86 box has hardware config to emulate Victor V86P laptop. Weirdly, 80C86 laptop I have, huh? Very people ever even heard of. That is interesting. Illegal file name. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Release DP0. It worked. Okay, here we go. Screen. Yeah. Sorry. Alrighty.
CHEER 100. End of line.
Ben, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay. Bad couple. We have illegal file names. Yeah. So it's a legal file name list.sv. All right. Anyway, we're gonna do 33L. We drop back to the console. Those 100 bits well spent. File name, mbootsys. I know words. Boot sys. All right, so this is gonna have 35 sectors free on the disk, but hopefully we don't need that. Oh, there it beeped. Okay, maybe I never paid attention to it beeping. The beep is really quiet on this thing. I wonder if there's a pot for the loudness of the dasher beep. Because we tried it on the DT1, the TRS-80 terminal I have, and the beep was very loud and extremely noticeable. So I think I just never noticed that this one beeped. Really, because GW single head shared between two disks means it never knows really where the head is. Thanks to True Track 0 when it's not. Ah, that is fun. All right, so now, disk. We should have 35 sectors free. Enjoy fastest from jail, thank you. 33, that's weird. That's really weird. It was 35 before. I assume stupid caching nonsense. Okay, so now, dir dp1. No, it was 35 before stream. It was 33 after we deleted a file. But I don't know, weird. All right, I'm gonna delete the file that it created here, the sysgen answers file. Because I want all the space, and it's going to rewrite it anyway. So, on this one, I'm going to write down all of my answers over... Actually, I don't have to. Wait a minute. Wait a minute here. I have an idea. Hold on. Wait a minute. We're about to have fun. Hold on. Minicom. This. S. Okay. Disconnect 7 and 3. Boom. Yes. Okay. For some reason, it's not doing type back here. You know what? I think we're 2. Hold on. Let's just check. P2. Do we have type back enabled? Port mode, any. Command echo off. 12.
So much stuff that I'm sure Majenko and Ben will agree.
End of line.
Oh, it's so much better. I can see the stuff. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay. We have 2 of these here. One moment. I want to pull this out. Okay. Boom. works. Now, Minicom 0. Perfect. Just to test here, USB console is 6. Yes, okay. So if I connect 6 to 7, no. Okay, is this misconfigured? Port 6, 9600 8N1. I probably want to bump that up actually. Port setup 9600 8N1. Yeah, but shouldn't that work? Control X. Why is that not working? Capture log file in this terminal emulator. Oh, we're going to do better than that, Ben. We're going to do way better than that. Okay. Why? Why? Oh, is it not null modemed and it needs to be or something stupid like that? Or it's just not plugged in. Hey! All right, that's working both ways. Let me bump up the speed though.
CHER 100, are you keeping up with the Commodore? Because Commodore is keeping up with you. Amicum checkmark amicapo all amicum juggler amicalamines. End of line.
Hi Rim, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, we're gonna set the port speed to... we can't... A. 19, 1200, 8N1, you know what, that's fine. And exit. Okay, so now over here, port, actually just exit, hold on. List, I want port 6. I like time for some points still in this, that's always good. All right, we're gonna do 19200 here, okay. So now, yeah, these are working not quite again. I have to exit this for that to actually work. There we go. Okay, perfect. So, TTY USB 0, okay. We're gonna exit out of this now. Leave Minicom hanging up, that's good. CD, git, and then DG, no. The capital, DG console debug interface. Okay, git, pull, just to make sure. Alrighty, your logo changes, we overwritten git log. No, git diff. What did I change? For I in raise exception Rams dead bro. Yeah, we don't want that. Git reset hard head. Okay, git pull. dgcon help. All right, this command's way better now. So, but we do need to set up some stuff. So dgcon p dev tty USB 0. Baud is going to be 19200, and then we're going to do parity is n. We'll leave stop bits alone. It's probably 1 by default. It's probably none by default too, so we can actually just leave that as well. Okay, so we're gonna send it a command that we want to execute. Our command is type sys.sg. All right, and then we are going to write this into sys-log.txt, and then that should be it. So, boom, transfer complete. That was too fast. Why did that not work? Because it typed it to the terminal. That's why. Okay, hold on. disconnect, no, S. So I want to disconnect 6 and 7. Okay, a yes. I'm gonna just delete this file. I actually don't know what happens if the file already exists. Okay, we're going to connect the computer, so USB console 6 to the Micronova 3, and now we're gonna rerun this. Boom, receive 0 bytes. That's not right still. Why did we receive 0 bytes? Something's not right. So you have the serial console connected to the wrong machine. Starts up, you can't hear a glass terminal. Not sure you mean. No. Yeah. Why does this work? Wait, what? Weren't we having issues with this previously? Now I'm really confused, but whatever. Okay, hold on. Yes, leave Minicom. But our serial port is, and yes, 19200, that is correct. Pretty sure. Port 6. 19200, yeah. Set the commands to the wrong serial port. Papers. Chatter, have the paper tape instead of. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. All right, I'm there now. I'm just gonna try this again. No. Why? I'm gonna disable the write output. Type sys. It's missing this S for some reason. Hold on. List. It's getting the echo. Port 3 is not that. We've been using it the entire time. So config port 3. You can see it's 19200. Those do not need to be matching either, to be clear. Part of the purpose of that device is to have conflicting ports. Hiram, that's what I thought I did initially. This is an important test here. I know this is boring. It seems like I'm doing something I shouldn't do, but this is actually really beneficial. I mean, I can be really, really boring. So that's 19208 and 1. That works. Well, I mean, I could just copy and paste that and then work on this later. Yeah, all right. I would like to. But why? So frustrating. Why does it work through Minicom when 9600, 8 and 1. Or 19200, 8 and 1. It is getting the enter. At least it should be. Because the command sends a return. Ben, it's not working for some reason. Maybe you're right. Maybe it isn't sending it. For some weird reason. We're going to use list. Because it does seem like it's getting it. So dgcon help. So the end, no, execute command. So -x. Yeah, this sucks though to do. Like this is, I have to do something stupid like this. Which is why this isn't supposed to be necessary. Yeah, see, that didn't work either. All right, we're adding the full config. Dash data bits, 8, because I might have it set to 7 for some stupid reason. Parity, none. Stop bits, 1. Invalid option. Wait, how is that? String. Ooh, okay. I think I may know what the problem is. Okay, I'm just going to run that again. Now vim dgcon. Hold on. It was set to 8, though. Data bits, invalid choice, 8. I mean, there's no way for me to literally specify an int. Why does Python not automatically convert these to strings? That's so weird. Not valid byte size. What? Oh, because I'm dumb. I have to do both. Int. That still didn't work, though. Oh my gosh. Oh, int as a type. Yeah, I think it's been a little while since I've really done parse args. Okay. This is bugging me now? I have never actually tried this with the real hardware. It's possible it's doing something weird, but I got it working with SimH. I don't know, Sanity. You're getting into weird niche edge cases. Yeah, that's getting into that's the kind of thing that the people who don't know that DOS doesn't mean MS-DOS don't need to know. Why is this not working? It was, oh, what? I know, Peter, but it's by default, line or execute gets this sent. So it should have a new line that is sent. And then this new line is processed correctly to work. It shouldn't be necessary. The problem is you cannot pass escaped values like this. It types them literally. It's really stupid. There's no way to do it. Well, I guess if I do this. Hold on, I did something extra dumb. That. It still didn't work. Oh, but I have the wrong serial config. Hold on. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, 8N1, delete that, add this, go. It's still not working. Why? All I'm doing here is changing the speed. 19208N1. That's what it's configured, 19208N1 right there. We have handshake mode on. Maybe I should get rid of that. None. Maybe that's the problem. That's set up now too. I didn't set it up before. List. It's like a second or something, follow X, I don't remember. 7N1 seemed to send data, but it didn't get data back. So now I can do list. You know, I'm just gonna do disk, because that doesn't flip-flop. Okay, it still does. What do you mean illegal file name? Okay, gdir's our new quick command. Okay. 8N1 gdir. Nothing. Why? Ugh! Okay. Return, not new line. Got it. Blah. Okay. Now, type sys sg. We shouldn't even need a lot of that stuff, but just do this. No! No, because it took so long. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to add a timeout parameter. This is insane. We're just gonna go to minicom so I know that it flushes the serial port. Oh, except that didn't work, but whatever. Fine. Timeout. 10. Start sending data. Why? Okay, that's fair. Sys dot. Oh no, it's not doing some stupid escape stuff, is it? Why is the S not being sent? But that time it was? I hate everything. Okay. That makes no sense at all. Okay, right. Sysgen. Config. .txt. I can't set 2 stop bits on the card itself. At least I don't think I can. I don't know if that was enough data or not. What? And then this time I bet it works. Nope, it's not gonna work. I did. Ha! Okay, we got it. There. Ha! Okay. Screw all this. Let's resysgen. Now we have the answers. I mean, the answers that I care about, not the answers to why the stupid serial port stuff's so irritating. Status. Disconnect. 3 and 6. Yep. Connect. 7 and 3. Boom. Okay, we could do it from here. Actually, do you want me to just do it from here? Because then we can just see the PDF and the answers. And yeah, you know what? I think I will, actually. Disconnect. 3, 7. Rip Dasher. Yeah, actually, that's not going to work. Oh, no, it will work. Okay, hold on. Connect. 6 and 3. Okay. Because now we can just do it from here and look at all the other settings. Okay, Control A, O, serial port setup, E, A, enter, exit, and list. Plus, I can just copy paste commands from the manual. Okay. Oh, now there's a COM file on there. Cool. Okay. Delete. This isn't going to work because I sent a bad character. That's why I do it on there, because I can backspace on there. What do you mean, illegal thing delete.sv? Dir DP0. List. dir dp1. Delete sys.sg. Okay. Delete com.cm. Now
Says
we
on a
run.
scale of 100% to 1000%, how much are we hoping that adding some extra buffers to the system will alleviate all that stupid kirklinking CHEER 100?
Yeah.
End of line.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. And Ben, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay. So sysgen. This is the command, okay? Sysgen dp1 sys sv slash s sg slash v lm. Okay, so this command. Now I'm running this in dp1 this time.
2025
Let's see what happens.
CHER 100 CHER 100 CHER 100 CHER 100 CHER 100.
I think it's gonna
realize
work.
I'm 97 mins late. What have I missed? Should I go back and watch the last 90 mins or just continue with where we are now? End of line.
It didn't matter because it didn't work. Also, yeah, why is it missing the one? I hate everything. Crazy Boy, thank you for the 500 bits. I really appreciate that. Apparently, you didn't miss much. We were able to run sysgen, but it still didn't work quite right. Need to link sysgen from DP0. Dude, this is awful. Why? Why? So how long does my print have left? 10 minutes, good. Yeah, that's the problem, is that the docs specifically say this should work. Okay, why did it lose the DP1?
CRAZYBOY 2025 gave a tier 1 gift sub to 2 viewers. End of line.
Crazy Boy, thank you for the gifted subs. I appreciate that. Oh, I should have just hit Control A. That would have worked. Arrgh. Dude, I hate this thing. I keep wanting to do release. Where does semicolon come from? That proton is really key to making sure we can back up the hard drive. That's going to be a huge part of the hard drive. Oh my gosh, this computer is awful. This system is awful, I think is what it is. This sysgen, specifically. mboot sys is terrible. Give me that floppy. At this point, we don't really have enough time to do a whole sysgen, I think. I don't know, it didn't really take that long. Oh no, we didn't actually get it to run because the disk was full. Page 7, 8. Move DP1 sysol, copy the system to run on a different machine. Put system disk DP1, label, bootstrap, preparing, bring the system up on DP1, initf DP1. Copy the CLI boot to other sys. Your target sysgen libraries. Generate target system on other sys. That is. And link the required files. Yeah. That's just so weird. We're like literally not supposed to have to do that. If I have to do that, we're not doing that today. This is our stream. What happened with the other command? It tried to write the sys to DP0. So we did this, which I believe should specify that the output file goes to DP1, but the only file it put there was SG. It did put SG there. It's almost like it tries to cache it to the disk that is there, but then doesn't correctly, but it doesn't have enough space. So I think your method would work, but I don't understand why I have to do that. The DOS starter system is running. See the next section. If the starter system is not running, bring it up by executing program load steps. These are step 4 or 5 hard disk systems. It's got 5 systems. Okay. When boot asks file name, answer mboot sys, and type in the date. Okay. For diskette-based systems, you must tell sysgen to place the system files on DP1 because DP0 doesn't have room. Thus, for a diskette-based system, type this. Don't worry about this. This is wrong. Don't worry about that. We're talking like an hour ago. I'm about to manually type this in right here. So, sys gen dp1 colon sys dot greater than sv slash s space sg slash v space lm slash l less than. This should put the files on the other disk according to the manual. Yeah, now that I've actually seen some of these manuals in person, it is carriage return. That's what it means. And it's a lot easier to see in an actual paper manual that has it. Paula, there's really not... There, it's literally telling me I have to go do it. Ah, seriously? Now I'm going to have to type the command again. Dir dp1. Dir dp0. Have I listed it already, though? I don't even know. I don't think I have. Sys gen. I can't type fast or I'll type wrong. dp1 colon sys dot this sv slash s space sg slash v l m slash l this. Go! Ah! It is funny finding out all the ways these archaic DOSes handle subdirectories. Honestly, that's the one feature that Microsoft DOS just absolutely kills everything else with. It's not even close. Yeah, Ben, we'll do that Sunday, but we're not doing that today. I just really don't like that that's apparently what we're going to have to do. All right, let's look at my answers. Okay. 32. 1. 2. 1. 0. 1. 2. 1. Ooh, I got a little greedy there. I didn't wait for it to actually register. 0, 0, 0, 3, 6, 10, no mag tape, no auto restart, RTC. Oh, that's weird how it saves that. Yes. 2. Paper tape. No. 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 Leave as default. No second TTI. No core dump. Okay, moment of truth. If the SG file was the first one in the command, I would say maybe their parameter expansion thing is not working correctly. But because SG is in the middle, it means it is. Because that's getting written to DP1. This is terrible.
Almost as CHER 100. Don't forget to smile. It is a micronova. End of line.
Oh, Bo, thank you for the 100 bits. How big is it on disk? $14,336. I want to know what the parameters are. Actually, there's some really good information in here. I don't think he's going to have the... Nope. Okay, Ardos. So sysgen, no, the answer to the question I think you there is mbootsys.sv is 37,000 whatevers. I know. Because the how to generate your system really talk about the parameters. Okay. Because I want to see if I can specify the files in a different way. Why are they parentheses here? Anyway, we're going to need we might need an OL file. I think we need an LM file. We need the SG file. It's going to be big to properly set it up. Following command assumes RDOS was generated to include tuning. Has had tuning turned on for a while? Okay. Every system generates new answering one this SV this OL. Okay, so OL is there, but we don't even specify where OL goes. Could that be the problem? We're not even generating an OL file. I'm curious. I'm going to see if there's been an update on the amount of data used. As far as I can see. All right. Probably specify them if you want. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Ben, is that I do that, and then I put the DP1 in front of all of them. That's the best I got, but we only have 4 minutes. print the tuning file. Weird. Because why are 00RB? What is RB? It's only 430. But I don't know how much. Can we specify the RB file? Turn tuning off before generating a tune system. Never generated system has the same name. Tuning file. First format, choose your new system name, append the S switch to this name. Do not use the name of the current system. Okay, if you omit a name, system uses specify dialog file with the V switch. So the dialog file was SG. So hold the sysgen dialog, then load map, which you may use for system diagnosis or to patch your system, specify with an L. Okay. This is the second format only when you want to tune an existing RDOS system. If you specified tuning during your original sysgen, use the system's tuning file. Sure to turn tuning off before generating tune system. Sysgen saves a new version on your new system SV. A switch. Copy old dialog. Now processes. RLDR, use global switch, and sysgen displays all the questions. You find sysgen procedure document. Yeah, we don't care about that. N skips usual RDLR step after sysgen session, leaves RDL command in CLI.cm. You can invoke RLDR phase once before executing. Okay. So type com.cm. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I guess the expansion works. Okay. CLI.cm is empty. Where did we get the... Was it the RB file? Where did we get the actual stuff? All right, with the output of that, I'm reasonably convinced that the thing is working correctly. Yeah, the expansion works, except the S and... Oh, those are missing. Oh, now that's curious. Huh. How close is my 3D print? I think I'm... If it's not the last layer, it's darn close. Okay. Speed sysgening time. We are out of time. You can see it right there, out of time. All right, Sunday, we'll try explicitly typing out this whole thing with the parameters and see if that helps. If not, then we'll do the links. Man, this is annoying. So here's the thing. All right. One moment. MS delivery failure. Oh, that's oops. Hold on. All right, well, we're going to try a couple of things here in a moment. Yeah, we'll try specifying all the parameters manually thing. Yeah, all right. So, okay. I'm going to do something. We're going to run the outro here, just like this. Okay. Unplugging my phone in a second to see if we've actually been using that data or if we've been using Sponge Wi-Fi, because I'm not actually sure. Hopefully we haven't been using the full regular data. It's really hard to tell. So let's find out. So, all right. Yeah, I'm running the outro here. All right. So, I'm behind the chat. Perfect. Kai. Okay. So we will continue this Sunday. Again, there is no stream tomorrow, Saturday. So we'll be back at this then. It's really been last 10 minutes or so. Yeah. So here's what, yeah, we'll pick this back up. We're so close. We have run sysgen on real hardware at least. So we're there, but it's still giving us file space issues. So we'll work on this, some plans, some ideas. It's just being a booger about it. So, all right. If you all, all right. If you all enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live next. If you want to help support the channel, you know, Patreon, blah, 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 shirt, and all that fun stuff. And I'll see you next time. Okay. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm about to unplug my phone and I'm going to see if it loses connection. If it does lose connection, then I've been streaming over tethered data, and then I guess tomorrow I'll find out when the data usage updates whether or not it was using the correct secondary line and whether or not it counted as tethered, or if it just sneakily used the main line that it wasn't supposed to be using. So, all right, here we go. Moment of truth. If I disappear, it means it was correctly pulling data from the phone. Live. So we're streaming over Sponge Wi-Fi, I guess. Maybe Linux, like, really cleanly failovered? I don't know. Okay. Really good Sponge Wi-Fi stream. Weird. All right. It's prayer time. I'll see you guys later on Sunday.